What is up, YouTube? Zuki M1 here, and I am back with a brand new YouTube video. Today we are going to be having another story time video. I know, right? It's a story time video. But we're gonna be having a story time video about my first ever what the fuck was it? Homecoming. Yeah, that's what it was. Alright. So, it was actually before I was even a freshman in high school. There was this girl. We're just gonna call her N for short, because I don't want to, drop people's names. I'm not that type of guy or whatever. So, we were dating at the time or whatever, and she was a little bit older than me. So I was still an eighth grader, and she was like a freshman, I want to say. So she was only a little bit older. It wasn't like a real big age significance or whatever. But I ain't gonna stunt. To me, I felt like I was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, pulling older women is just, I don't know, man. It's a testimony to how much, you know what I'm saying? But anywho's, yeah. So we were dating, and well, actually, let me give you guys a little bit of backstory about the person, and then I'll explain about the homecoming, because without the little bit of the backstory, it won't make sense as to the conclusion of the story. So essentially, um, when I was younger, there was this girl that I used to talk to. Her name started with a B. We're gonna call her Brayley. Yeah, we're gonna call her Brayley. So Brayley had a friend whose name was, we're gonna call her Nasha. Okay, so Brayley and Nasha, or whatever, were friends, and Brayley had used to talk to me or whatever. And then I had a group of friends. I wouldn't really necessarily call them a group of friends, but they were the people that I hung out with at the time. So those dudes was like, man, you know what I'm saying? But at the BAM, we need a shorty. You feel me? Da 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 da. We trying to fuck on some shit, and I'm like, damn. Well, I do got this one girl I'm talking to, or whatever. Da 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 da. And this is back when I used to be more of a follower and less of a leader, and not really for that type of not really for that. So what ended up happening is that they had planned out a date to go hang out with Britannia, or whatever the hell I called her, and they invited me to be the third wheel, because it was two girls and only one of me, and there was two of them. So it's like, what the fuck? It's three of us in total, and they wanted me to tag along. So I was like, okay, sure, let's go. So we head all the way up to Ford City Mall. It's a mall in Chicago. And when we get there, they see the girls. They didn't like how they looked. So they got back on the bus, went all the way back home. And then they was like, damn, you know what? I ain't gonna stop. I'm still horny. I don't give a fuck what these women look like. We trying to fuck on some shit. So they call them back over to the apartment on their way back home. So they come over. When they come over, one of my friends take Britannia, and then the other friend take Natalia. And they, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting there in the hallway, like, okay, I guess I'll just go home then. So as I'm getting ready to head out, the one friend who took Natalia had said, hey, boy at the BAM, come help me tag this chick. I was like, you want me to do what? He's like, man, we finna run the young ganger banger on. I'm like, say less, chief. So, you know what I'm saying, we go up there, and you know what I'm saying, boy at the BAM. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when he was in there was no sound effects at all. It was absolute quiet. When I got up there, and this is not me trying to brag, I swear to God, I'm not trying to brag, but the moment I got up there, boy, You can hear her through the whole hallway. So her friend runs upstairs and it's like some y'all not finna run the train on my friend. And she grabs her and they leave. And after they leave or whatever, she hits me up later on some, yeah, blah blah blah. Um, yeah, I guess she was feeling me or whatever. So I was like, shit, okay, cool. So we started talking, and then you know, I had started dating her, and she would come over to my house, and what I'm saying, I give it, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, and it was shit. It was nice, man. It was cool. I remember one time she came over, and my grandmother and my mom were still in the house, and she said, "I'm trying to get on that," and I'm like, "Damn, my mom and my grandma in the house. I don't get no fuck though. I'm about to fuck though." So I close my door, lock it, and I get to work. And like as I'm going to work, everybody, I mean everybody, trying to come into my room now. They like, "What y'all doing? Can we come?" And it's like hey, are you hungry? Do you want this? Do you want that? Are you busy? Can we talk? I'm like, Jesus Christ. Y'all was not thinking about none of this shit when I wasn't, when I'm alone or when I'm with somebody else. But when I'm with her, y'all want to all try to come to the door. So we finish up. She had home the next morning. I mean, literally, like maybe like an hour or two before we all had to get to school or whatever. She comes to the place and she like, "Yeah, I want some more." I was like, say what's up. I'll be more than happy to give you some more. What's up? So I hit her with the boo out the bam, and my little uncle at the time. Uh, my little uncle was like, "Man, you know who's that?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my girlfriend." He's like, "Damn, good shit." I'm like, "Yeah, man." So like, you know what I'm saying? She stopped texting and she stopped calling me, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I haven't seen in or heard from her in a minute. And then my friend at the time, his name is Paris, he had invited me to the homecoming. So I was like, "I cool," you know what I'm saying? This is my first ever homecoming. So I was like, "Man, what's it like?" Or whatever. He's like, "It's just a big, it's like, think of it as like a big party, like a big juking party or whatever." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I got the picture in my head. I get there, and guess who I bump into? Obviously, you could pretty much guess who I bumped into based off of how the story progressed from what I'm telling you guys. But it was Natalia. I was like, "Oh man, what the fuck?" And I was trying to talk to her, but she didn't want to talk to me, and I guess she just wasn't interested in me anymore, because I'm pretty sure, like, from what my friend had explained to me, she had started getting hollered at by like older guys, right? Like uh juniors and seniors and stuff, because she was built, you know what I'm saying? She had a body. So, the guys are gonna be like, "Damn, little mama, you got a body on you, you know what I'm saying? What you trying to do?" So, yeah, needless to say, she had she left a homie, and I was like, "Damn, people out here clout chasing like that." Like, clearly she liked what she was getting, and she was willing to come like bright and early in the morning for stuff or whatever, and like do it while family members are in my house and stuff like that. But I didn't have enough clout because I just graduated 8th grade at the time, so I'm like, yeah. But besides that, I had a great time at my first homecoming. There was a lot of good music. I had fun dancing, um, and I think people were making fun of the way I was dancing or something like that. I don't remember, but it was pretty cool overall. my first homecoming was pretty cool. It was just really awkward bumping into Natalia like that. And she didn't tell me anything on whether or not if she wanted to like break up or anything like that. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? At least you could have did was just tell her brother, like, hey, you know, I don't think it's working out anymore, instead of just not calling or texting me or something like that. But yeah, that's all the story I got for you guys today. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. But this has been Zuki and One. I hope you guys have a great morning, great evening, great afternoon, and great night. But I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Fire.